Hey guys, this is Genesis speaking here, and today I'm joined by,
Some noob from down under. This is Chance. What's up?
yeah, this kangaroo eater. I don't know why I have him here, but we were discussing the idea one day in TeamSpeak about doing a dual commentary together,
We sure were.
and well, here we are. So, why
hmm
don't you say the topic we're discussing about today, Chance?
Today we're talking about kangaroo raping. I'm kidding. We're
That's
talking about
hot.
quarantine montages today, and yeah, we're just gonna bring up a few subtopics, stuff like that. What makes a good montage? What makes a bad montage? Why is a catalepsy a noob? It's all gonna be covered in this one commentary. So, what do you think about it? Quarantine montages, Genesis?
Well, the quarantine montages, the basics, you gotta obviously have quarantine clips. And the typical quarantine montages are accolades, one or two runs in the montage, and editing the clips, whether it's crappy editing, like no transitions whatsoever, no color corrections, or and some like
Yeah,
mediocre clips, those kind of montages, or whether it's
yeah,
really
yeah.
good montages with like
Well, could you give us in order? Like you just said three things. You said the editing, the running clips, and the accolades. Which one do you think comes first in a montage?
running, definitely. Running is
Running.
what I look out for in
Yeah.
montages. The more runs, the better. I find running like more, how can I say this? If you get more runs in a montage, if you get like 5 runs in one montage, I will have full out respect for you. Like runs are harder to get than accolades in my opinion.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I have to. I completely agree with you there. I think running comes first because just mainly, you can stage a run, I guess, but it's easier to stage an accolade, and staging isn't the best thing to put into a montage. I honestly don't mind it that much, but then again, it is going to be fake in the end. Apart from that, running I think takes more skill than nading and just getting kills, getting accolades.
which is why we Terry
So
Skills members are clearly the best in the world. Just saying. No, I'm just kidding.
and escapism members are the number one in the one.
They're the
um,
number one at nading in the world because they all team each. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Kicked. Kidding. Okay, well let's keep on track. What do you think about creativity?
Can you specify what you mean by creativity?
By creativity, I mean doing something different than the community, not just getting, a few quarantine clips together and over editing it and like, those cinematics, how someone's running and someone's standing there and you just like download random CCs from YouTube and chuck them in there. What do you
Creativity.
think? Yeah, what do you think
Well,
makes a creative montage?
definitely different kinds of maps and maybe underused maps. Like let's say a montage for obviously for me, montage in two towers, that's in
Yeah,
my opinion that's definitely like creative because I mean most montages are nowadays are made in overdose junk flea summon showdown, those
yeah.
mainstream maps. If you make a full out montage in Neptune, I will I will be speechless with like good
I will
clips
eat your babies and then make them mine and
like
then
he
marry
does
them.
to kangaroos.
Yes, pretty much. Well, honestly, I think I agree with you what you're saying. But I think less maybe like when you're on a different map, I think it's good to find cool Natrix. If you barely play that map and you see someone else using Natrix on it, it'll be cool to see.
Funny you say that actually. Me and one of your clan members, we got a surprise coming up for you. Just saying right there. We got a surprise. I'm not gonna
Okay.
say which, huh?
Okay.
You'll see in maybe next few weeks. You'll uh
Fair enough.
oh
Guys, stay tuned to Genesis channel. You're gonna see a surprise.
no, trust me, you guys are gonna like you guys are gonna enjoy it. We put a lot of effort into it. Anyways,
Sounds good. All
so
right. Well, a good example of a creative montage, I'd have to say, is Harris's creative montage on Showdown. Wouldn't you agree?
suggesting by the name, yeah, I mean it's kind of creative.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. But yeah, I mean definitely how he like how he runs in Showdown is like it's so good. It's really smooth in Showdown and like his editing, Oh, that's another like sub part of a montage, the
Editing.
editing.
Yep.
I think editing comes after running, because I mean some montages they can have good clips and not great editing, like a first time editor, and they could have some like decent clips and they can still make it quite enjoyable to watch. But overall, in my opinion, I think editing comes after runs. Because I mean, if you're just gonna slap in a bunch of clips and have no transitions, no color corrections, whatever, for the most part, it's not gonna be very enjoyable to watch. So I definitely think editing should come after running.
Honestly, I agree with you there, but I think editing is a major part of montages because you can have great runs and it'll be entertaining, but I guess the point of a montage is to entertain, and editing is entertaining. I'm not saying over edit a double kill on AFKs, like that's boring, but if you put a bit of effort into it, I think the final product will be pretty good.
Yeah, and accolades, like you said before. Accolades, these days accolades are almost always staged, like in every montage, there's gonna be staged clips, and you should
There is,
expect
yeah.
it in montages. Like, I'll admit, in I think in my third overdose montage, there was a lot of stage clips in there, and I'm not afraid to admit it because, in my opinion, it wasn't that good. My third overdose, and it was a long time ago and stuff, so I'm not afraid to admit it. There was a lot of stage clips in that montage. But I don't. I still got like likes from the quarantine community when, in my opinion, the staging was so obvious. But my point is, you find stage clips, accolades specifically, in every montage in general. So it's actually not that. I guess you shouldn't be surprised when you see it all the time in montages.
Yeah, well, the purpose of the montage is to entertain, and if you entertain, then you grab everyone's attention and they like it. So, I guess it matters if it's staged, but if you're entertaining them, then entertain. But in saying that, I'm not saying stage your clips at all. I'm
Yeah,
just saying, like,
and
I
like
don't know, if you see a staged clip in a montage, but you still love the montage, then what are you gonna do?
yeah, I know. The point of a montage is for you is to entertain other people, right? And I to
Exactly.
in a montage, I don't care how many pop clips there are. I don't care how many stage clips there are. In the end, if I end up enjoying it, if I end up liking it, the montage by itself, I will say good job. Like an example, a friend of Kwame, uh,
Yeah.
not the not the new Kwame, the old Kwame, his montages, a lot of the clips were in Papa, but it didn't matter. I enjoyed like all of his montages, whether well, most of his montages, second one and on, I liked them. Even
Yeah.
most clips, they were in Papa, but I don't know, it's just something with his editing stuff and the accolades, even if it was in Papa, it was pretty good. So I mean, like that's a good example in my opinion.
Yeah, and in saying what I said before about the stage clips, once again, a catalepsy told me before, unless the primary focus is editing, stage clip don't really have as much value, and I really agree on that point. So yeah.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Like
Well, if you're just using like, for example, Dylan in the community, not
Horgasm
orgasm,
or like Dead
yeah,
Dylan? Oh, Horgasm.
no,
Okay.
no, orgasm. Like when you're editing this, but this isn't really a montage kind of thing. But when you're editing, and it's for the purpose of it's not just showing a real clip, it's more of the editing side. If you're showing more of the editing side in your montage, then like, you know, that's good for staging clips, I guess. But if editing isn't the main focus of your montage, then stage clips don't really fit in, I guess. That's what I'm saying, like in contrary to what I said before.
Contrary. Oh, that's so sexy. No, I'm just kidding.
Contrary.
I'm just kidding.
I
Contrary.
really don't even know.
But yeah, I agree with you there. And you know, in like a quarantine montage, there are some that are like how can I say this? I'm trying to put it into words. There are some that take
Keep going, keep going.
oh cricket. No, but like there are some montages that like some montages they lacking some type of gameplay, but the editing like makes up for it. Um,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
for let's see what example is there? Like
Um,
cricket, cricket, cricket.
cricket, cricket.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Harris's creative montage. I think we already said this, but
Yeah,
the editing was like so good. I
I
never I never
yeah,
knew
I
like I can enjoy a montage with actual dubstep in it so much.
Honestly, if what you're saying here is that the running and accolades, the editing made up for it, I'd have to disagree because most of the nade tricks he used were very original and he didn't, repeat heaps of them like other montages. That's another thing we have to cover, repetitiveness. Like when you watch a montage and some guy throws the same nade 10 times, that's not entertaining, is it?
Yeah, and then when they like always junk flea montage, for example, they spam some random air nades junk flea hoping for an accolade. It's not enjoyable. But no, that's what I was. Well, no, the runs were great. I think he had like three, four runs in there, which is a pretty good
Yeah, yeah,
amount. And they were all legit like zombies after him, so I enjoyed it there. But like in
yeah.
the montage, there was no accolade higher than ultra, which is fine. I mean, the accolades weren't low by any means. But like
But the
in
fact that he didn't spam nades, that's
yeah,
the
and
good thing. Like that's why he didn't get over at Ultra because he actually took his time with his nades and didn't spam them one by one. He actually like threw great nades.
yeah, and like if you see his nade tricks, that's another thing you should take in account of in a montage. Good nade tricks, new nades. It's
Yeah,
always enjoyable to watch,
definitely.
especially cool ones that like mind blow the crap out of you. Like I rep Alaska's montages. Like his montages are all like tricktages, nade tricktages. Like these Junkly montages, the
Yeah,
more than half of the nade tricks he uses, they just like blow my mind. It's like, whoa, how do you do that? You
yeah.
know?
I really enjoy seeing a player put a twist on a map and use different kind of nade tricks and different ways of throwing nades. Like can't really think of an example right now, but Brit, his montage is definitely he shows creativity in the way he throws his nades and not just the repetitiveness that other people use. Yeah,
And
I guess that. Yeah,
that's another thing too. In my opinion, like this is just kind of no, that's not off topic. It's about quarantine montages. Try to not record with two launchers like in a montage. Like in my opinion, if you let's say you use a nade, you pop up a nade like an overdose in the box room, right? Get one kill, shoot your RPG for double kill, shoot your M79 for a multi, like, and you include that in the montage. In my opinion, it's not really montage worthy, because I mean, two launchers when to get an accolade, in my opinion, it's just me personally. I don't find it very enjoyable. Um,
well, this might sound weird, but I disagree and agree. If it's if it's worth it, like if you get the zombies lit to, let's say, well, like, oh, well, just for example, they were all 1 HP, and you have a second launcher, you're not gonna, if you tried to go around and knife them, you'd probably get infected. I think sometimes it's acceptable, but then again, sometimes it's not when you're just spamming your launchers. And then again, you can find creative ways to use your launchers. For example, like if you have a nade launcher, you could, let's say, shoot it in the air, then plant a mine, or shoot it in the air, then run around.
yeah, that I've never
There's
seen that in a
always something.
montage
Yeah,
before. That
yeah.
actually you bring up a really good point. MZP and mine combo. That'd be
It brings up a lot of creativity in your montage, and it lifts it higher, if you know what I mean.
yeah, and definitely other maps too. I don't know if I my short-term memory is fucking with me, but um like different maps, switch it up, Don't always do Overdose, Junk Fleet, and Showdown. Uh
Exactly.
if you can get a good montage in Neptune, I will fucking suck your dick for money because
I
I
will buy you and sell you to the kangaroo nation of penguins.
in Australia.
Yeah,
In Australia, they don't suck dick. They suck kangaroo babies.
pretty much.
But yeah, my
Like,
point still remains. If you make a montage an underrated map, um, wait, well, yeah, if you make a montage an underrated maps, it's gonna be a lot more enjoyable than the same, old spam
agreed.
in those like junk flea overdose in those maps. Plus, that goes into new Natrix too. In those maps, basically a lot of new. It's because it's so overplayed, kind of like my. Never mind. Never mind. No, I'm not gonna go there. But since it's so overplayed, um, like a lot of these new nades, I guess, have been found. Mainly, I'll name what I think, mainly by Brit and Reese, Arising, um,
Oh,
and
definitely.
Junk
Reese
Flea,
shows a
yeah.
lot of creativity here.
And yeah, my point remains. A lot of these cool nades have been found, but underrated maps, not like newer maps, I guess, like bigger maps, there's still a lot of space because the major quarantine players they stick to the regular maps like overdose, you know, and they don't try out these new maps, and like it's easier to find like more creative nades, um, especially in oil rig. Cough cough, wink wink, hint hint. But yeah.
What? Oh, about before, I thought you were saying Reese was like, never mind. I was like, saying that Reese is good. Don't eat me, Reese, please. I thought you said, never mind. So, if you had to
Okay.
tell the audience one thing about montages, what would you say? Or advice?
Advice for montages?
Yep.
Definitely, get good runs. Um, sorry, my mom distracted me. Definitely get, definitely get great runs.
She
The
distracted me
mix
too.
of three things.
I'm sorry. Keep going. Sorry.
The mix of those three things: editing, runs, and accolades. If it's a first time montage, don't the gameplay does not have to be all that great. I mean, first time, you have got a lot more to improve. And one more thing, how to fraps. When you're frapsing for a montage, hide until you're the last one. And
User joined your channel.
in my opinion, the more, how can I say this? The more time
User
you
left your
hide,
channel.
the more time you hide, the more better it is. Because let's say you're in a 1v9 situation and you hide for 40 seconds, you hide for like 20, 30 more seconds. Now it's a 1v9 30-second, go for the run, right? You know what I'm saying? And like,
Yeah.
you hide, basically the frapsing tip is hide till you're the last one. And this is a problem I have with my montages all the time. Um, when I see one zombie and the last one, I will automatically start spamming those nades. Don't do that. Run around the zombies until you got at least 5 or 6 around you, and then start throwing those nades. That's basically the number one frapsing tip I can give to people. As I've made quite a bit of I've made like 6 or 7 montages in my montage recording career, I guess. Um, and so I don't want to brag, but I'm quite experienced on like recording, on what to do when you record. So I would just say hi till you're the last one. Get a decent amount on you and then start doing your thing. What would you say?
Well, honestly, fapping your tip takes a lot of skill. You have to generally. Oh, sorry, wrong. For frapsing tips. Sorry, I got a bit confused there. Frapsing tips.
Okay.
Basically, make your montage entertaining. That's the main point. Be creative. Be unique. Show new ways, new things to do on maps. Use new maps. New is kind of the main word. Don't do what everyone else does. Don't be mainstream. Be hipster. YOLO swag. Do stuff like that. That'll entertain the community and entertain others, even people that don't like quarantine montages. For example, UCD doesn't really like in
Perfect
his top 5,
example
he
right
doesn't
there.
really enjoy he doesn't really enjoy quarantine clips. But when he sees one that stands out, that's when he, for example, puts one in his top 5, like Milo AK-47. It really stands out when you have a unique quarantine clip or montage in this example. So yeah.
Yes, and I definitely agree on that point. Anyways, I guess this is it, guys. So I
Thanks for
hope
watching, noobs.
hope you guys enjoyed. And what stranger said that? I don't know who said that. It
I
couldn't
think that
possibly
was
be a
me.
catalepsy, could it?
A fapalepsy. I think it was a fapalepsy.
A fapalepsy.
Okay.
That's what he
Well,
should name change to.
thanks for letting me in the dual commentary, Genesis. I had a lot of fun, and I hope the community gets something out of this, and I enjoy fapping. Thank you.
No problem, bro. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this dual commentary between me and Chance, the kangaroo from Down Under. Stay tuned for another commentary soon, and make sure to check out Chance's channel. Chance
In the
CA.
description.
Yeah, it will be included in the description below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until later, guys.
Adios.
See ya. And this is a problem I have
User
when I'm
joined your
crafting with my
channel.
montages.
What's up, guys?
User joined your channel.
What are you guys doing?
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved out of your channel.
What was like
You
frapsing
were
tips?
saying... Yeah, fapping tip. I mean...
Fapping tips! You enjoy it. People criticize people all the time for like, pop-up clips or staged. If you enjoy it, it's okay. Like, let me give an example. Let's see. Oh, my good friend.
Whammy.
Oh my god.
Okay, and we're randomly joined by a catalepsy.
Okay.
Just saying.
Keep going.
I was gonna hop in a little earlier with the editing part, but I let y'all just keep going, and you got to this part. I had to say, Papa Clips.
Quammy, yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. So, he has a lot of papa clips in his
A
montages.
lot, all of them.